Welcome, Taurus, to your Astrodice reading for October. Hope your friends are doing great out there. If your friends like this, please like and subscribe. And for those of you who are new, this is where I take astrology with tarot and make a small horoscope for the month. Okay, guys, let's see what's going on with you. Most important message in house for Taurus, please. Oh, give us something good. We got this Neptunian energy coming in with our own energy of Taurus in the third house. Okay. Let's see. With Neptune, dreaming, longing, potential for illusion, daydreams, trying to manifest dreams into coming reality, things of that nature. Maybe daydreaming about the future, however it is, with Taurus energy. So it's slow and steady, and you know, that energy around you shows the abundance of nature. It is rich, earthly, productive, and relaxed, and slow, right? So just slowly kicking back, just relaxing, daydreaming. Actually, what people don't know, if you're a cross watcher, Taurus actually daydream a lot. You know, it's a Neptunian card, but, you know, we like to daydream, like to get those things down, and let's start getting these things productive and getting things going, right? Getting some good thoughts in. Natural daydreamers. 3, going to the third house. So what are we talking about over here? Your potential to learn something in your local neighborhood. What you're learning over here. So when you're talking about the potentials of learning, you're talking about the way you communicate, think, and learn. Siblings and neighbors. So you could be talking about your siblings, because it's a general reading. It could also be friends, co-workers, things of this nature as well. See, like for me, it wouldn't work with siblings. I don't have any. So how's that going to work, right? If I lived out in the middle of the forest and didn't have any neighbors or siblings, that wouldn't work, right? So, yeah. So it's just kind of like you're learning something. So we'll figure out what's going on over here. So what are you learning? What are you fantasizing about? What you daydreaming about? I don't know where that came from, but I heard somebody is trying to learn the stock market. That's okay. Money, money, money. Getting straight into the beginning of the month, you have the 7 of Cups, 5 of Swords, and the 9 of Swords. So you're having this realization that whatever was going on, you're trying to learn. There's potentials going on over here. So there's that potential to learn something, and having to look at all the daydreams you're having. Wow. It's almost like you're over daydreaming, right? You're like, I have the potential to do this and this and this and this. Yeah. So it's kind of like looking at a bunch of stuff and really daydreaming about different kinds of ways of doing things is really what it looks like, Taurus. It looks like you have all these realizations about how you're going to do something. And it could be different areas. I could do this or I could do that, right? And then trying to, maybe you're working them down to see what the best potential is, right? So it could be like, well, if I went with A, I could do it this way. Well, if I went with B, you know, and then kind of knocking them down. So it would be kind of like weighing pros and cons is what it really feels like. Because having the realizations that something was setting you back over here. So you're really trying to learn the way to not have that happen again, or trying to fix the situation with the 9 of Swords upside down, saying, yeah, and look at all the realizations. Realizations that if I don't figure this out, this is going to continue to hurt. But I have to do it this way because somebody is deceiving, or this was deceiving me. And yeah, I do feel that. So trying to keep yourself out of hurts and pains and not allowing anything to mask the situation. Maybe somebody had given you bad advice. Oh, wow, I heard that. They were given bad advice and it hurt bad. So now they have to see their way out. ABC. Right? Yeah, and I really, yeah. So this month it's really about taking care of the business of what you need to do. So yeah, you're daydreaming. Could be driving and kind of doing that daydreaming thing too. Yeah, something was unfair and not justified. I keep hearing, for some of you, somebody gave you really bad advice, and this could be a lawyer, could be however, but somebody gave you really bad advice and it really hurt bad. And in fact, not only that, because you have the Five of Swords, remember, lies, false mask, somebody stealing from you, something of that nature. Then you have not truth. So somebody may have given you false information, something of this nature, and it wasn't fair. Now I have to fix this. So in this month, you're really fixing it. You're text messaging. You're really trying to move up the ladder from where you fell down. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you have to hermit. So now you're having the realizations that the only way that I can get out of this pain, this misery, and all this stuff is by hermiting myself and dreaming and having reflection. So a lot of the Neptune might not even be 100%, what we would say is daydreaming, right? But it also could be kind of a reflection in its own way as well. We could actually kind of put the two together. So having a lot of reflections on what the heck just happened, right? And really trying to fix it. How did that happen? I don't know. So you really have to learn. And the learning too, I'm really seeing could be just the reflection, right? As well. Because as you reflect, you're learning, so. Okay. And you also could be kind of hiding out a little bit too, Taurus, as you're thinking, right? Kind of doing it a little bit in a closed area, right? So it's kind of like what happened to Taurus. Well, they're thinking right now. Just not unusual for Taurus to do. Shh, trying to do something. Okay, so, man, and that is definitely, but the thing I do love about it is it doesn't feel like you're in your head anymore, Taurus, so we don't have that wishy-washiness. You're actually relaxed and slow and thinking methodically thinking. That's, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm not going to be rushing into that anywhere soon. Some of you might be getting a divorce or had some kind of legal matter going on for some of you, because now I'm seeing the judge, the jury, is this the jury? I don't know. So for some of you, it does feel like there could be a legal matter going on during the middle of the month for some of you. For others of you, it's just really getting back down to the truth of the situation, and it could be within a committed relationship or something that was traditional for you, something of this nature. How you're going to get back to what you love, how you're committed to doing something. Maybe it was something you were very committed to, right? Because now we have the Lover. Look at that. What the heck? So you have the Lovers upside down over here, and it just feels like right now, as you're thinking and you're with Neptune over here, it does feel like what you were thinking, what you were doing kind of went upside down, because the truth has now... Wow. Somebody threw you off game. That's exactly what it is. I don't know who this false person is over here, but it feels like they may be coming back. And look at Swords twice. This is Libra twice. Libra, Gemini, Libra. They could be throwing you off. And Libra again. The person who had misinformation. The person who lied. The person who was untruthful. It was unfair. However it is to you. And it feels like they're trying to come back with justice, with legalities, trying to tell you the truth. I don't think that that's really what you're doing. It feels like you're going to ignore the problem, but the problem is it makes everything else of what you have learned go upside down for this commitment to learning this. Maybe it was even new information that comes through. Where there was misinformation, you have new information that backslides on the potential for the learning of where you're committed, because then you're saying, oh my God, back to the drawing board. It's kind of like what the heck just happened? That's going to throw you off, though. That's going to kind of throw you off a lot. Yeah, it's the loss. The loss of the truth for the commitment. Somebody's throwing you off. They might even be trying to tempt you to tell you more misinformation, but it's almost like, but I just learned the truth of the situation, and they're saying, well, that's not the way it was. What? There's almost like this kind of transparency going on between what's really truth and lies, and it's throwing you all over the place. They're trying to cloud your judgment over here with the Lovers upside down. Because over here, you're trying to dream of this situation. You have pretty much the understanding, and then someone comes in to cloud the judgment. It definitely could be dealing with some kind of air sign. So you're saying, aha, I got it. Nope. Your daydream's wrong. It's an illusion. No, it wasn't. It was the truth. No, it wasn't. What? No, see, all the hard work and everything you put in, they're trying to come back and tell you that was clouded information. That's not real. You get your emotions all messy. Of course. This is going to throw you for a loop. But you're persistently still saying, it doesn't matter. That's good. Your persistence for the learning in the mid-month doesn't matter. Because you're telling him, I really don't care. Thank God for that. But there is like 3 people, there could be 3 people involved in the situation. You're going for the joy. You're going for the happiness. I think that you know that they're falsely telling you. You know, Taurus has a very good way of saying, you know what? Screw you. I don't care what you say. Because you know what? You can throw me off. You can throw me under the bus. You can say whatever you want. But that's just not the way it's going to be. And it does feel like you have this third person who's coming in saying, no, don't let them say this, that, and the other. What the heck? But I also see a celebration coming in also, just to let you know. Social occasion could be Halloween, Day of the Dead, something. But it does feel like some kind of party or celebration you will be going to later. Just got to throw that in real fast. Because you're persistently getting ready to go to that as well as dealing with all this other stuff. That's for some of you. With the Hierophant upside down, it's almost like you're trying to tell me that what I'm doing is upside down. But you do have this proposal coming in. And they're trying to confuse you. There's the person who's trying to confuse you. I think they're trying to get you out of confusion. I don't know. Yeah, because you're learning and you're trying to do all this. And I'm telling you, there's 3 people involved in this all of a sudden. Because now you have one person over here saying, hey, no, they lied. Don't do it. Don't do it. Sometimes you just never know what comes out of my mouth. Only for the fact it just says what it says. And then all of a sudden they're proposing to get you out of confusion, in which the Page of Swords, here's the Page of Swords over here, is saying, no, I'm the one that caused the confusion. You're saying, I know, I'm learning that everything you're doing is confusion. Yeah, and you're combating me and you're putting me in all this conflict. But they're trying to come back to compromise for all these wrong reasons because they want the upper key, yeah, because they're trying to move up for the success. Whoa. So whatever they did for the lies, it was all for themselves anyways. You know that though already, Taurus. It was all about themselves. It had nothing to do with you. And the only person that really had your back over here is this Pisces, Scorpio, or this Cancer who's over here saying, no, don't worry about it. I see what they're doing. That's who it is for now anyways. It doesn't mean that it has to be any of these people. I'm just using them because that's the way the storyline goes. 4 of Pentacles. You're holding on tight. Now you're taking the control back. Because now you're saying, okay, never mind. I know where I'm going now. See, because I thought about it and now I'm still in my head about the situation. 3 of Cups upside down was a bad idea from the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is lying, trying to manipulate the situation. But you're saying, I'm holding tight, and I see that. I see what they're doing. It could even be a bad investment that you've done somehow or another. You're holding tight away from the confusion because you don't want them to confuse you. So now you're taking action for something new. And you're saying, I got this now. You ain't going to do that. It puts them in a challenge mode, and you're also in your own challenge mode to get you the dreams that you have. You said, you know what, the ships that I had might not come in the way I wanted them to, but that's okay because you know what, screw it. Nope, that's it, Taurus, that's it. I'm not fighting it anymore. I'm standing up my ground. I'm not even going to discuss this with you anymore. Oh, yeah, look at that. So now you're in the end of the month. You're in this, there it was, Taurus, that's the firmness. I'm standing my ground. Standing my ground. I'm not fighting you about where my dreams are going anymore. You're done. Yeah, because see, they've already lied too many times. It's the perfect timing for the Wheel of Fortune. You caused the Wheel of Fortune to come through, and by taking the action, taking the leap of faith to say no more, that was it. I used my intuition. Man, and now you have this Star card. Ooh, I just got goosebumps. Because why? Because all of a sudden, Taurus said, I'm done. You're not going to do that anymore to me. I'm going to stand my ground, stand firm. I'm done. See, because I already continued to keep going back and forth with all this mess. Oh my gosh. Yeah, in the end, yeah, it's just like that's done. It's over. See, because you can only take so much after a while, right? Whatever the scenario is, it doesn't matter. See, because you have the independence already and you knew where you were traveling to, but they were keeping you hidden from whatever the scenario is. And you're saying that's not the way it was. And I'm thinking about it. So once you potentially learned what you needed to learn at the end of the month, but it feels like you're starting to learn in the mid-month. That's what really, right in this area right here, as soon as this water sign came and said, hey, but you know what? It went like this. And then it really, what? Then you're like, oh no. So no, then you got strong over here and said, oh, you know what? No, 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 no. And then that changes the whole scenario for you. Literally changes the whole scenario. Because see, you said, no, I've had enough. Awesome. That was an awesome reading. Okay. Until next time, my friends. Peace and love. Bye-bye.